This is going to be like Fantasy Suites, but I can guarantee you there's going to be a bed.
I think you're better looking in person. Sorry, Joan, but move over.
Maybe that's going to be the headline.
Maybe the headline.
Chock without the H.
Joan, Chock, congratulations. But Chock, you have not met my grandma yet.
No.
This is Grandma Linda.
Hi.
Hello, Linda.
Nice to meet
Good
you.
to meet you.
We're so excited to chat with you because we go way back.
Oh, yeah.
The three of
Yeah.
us are
Old friends.
Yeah. We're like
Talked.
pals. But I think both of us can say congratulations.
Thank you.
Very happy
much.
for both of you.
Yes.
And surprised.
We did. Are you?
Yes, you kept your secret.
I did. I kept my secret
You
so
kept
well.
your secret really well. I have to say, I wasn't sure if you're going to pick anyone.
I know. I tried to make you think that.
You did a
You
great
did
job.
a good job. Even
Really.
when we saw you a couple weeks ago, both of us were like,
Yeah,
yep,
I don't know.
she's not picking anyone.
I
So,
Well, I
No,
was convincing.
seriously.
I'm usually not that good.
you were
Yeah,
so
no, you were
convincing.
very
I
convincing.
know. Well, I wanted you and everybody else to kind of see it unfold like the right way it's
Right.
supposed to. When I watch all Bachelors, I'm always like, don't tell me, I don't want any spoilers. I love to get all the way down to the end and see what happens.
Oh, I think you did a great job.
Thank you.
Really.
And it's obvious that the two of you are also very happy.
Absolutely.
So
yes.
how are you guys feeling now that the love is out there in the
Yeah.
open?
And you can be out there now.
Yeah.
We're out
that
in public
hiding.
now. Today's like our first outing.
Is
Honestly,
it
like,
really?
here we are. Yeah, it does feel amazing. We've got to be together, just us together in the happy couple houses. The Bachelor's so nice to provide for us, and we did a lot of them. We did 5, so we got to know each other really, really well. But we haven't been able to share it with anybody, so we haven't really been with our families or with our friends or like with you guys or going out to dinner or going to Starbucks.
hard.
We haven't been able to do any of that. So finally, like today is the first day of
That
like
you're
that
out
part of
and
our
it's-
next chapter.
Oh, that's exciting. So where's it going to go from here? Have we made any plans?
We have. We actually leave tomorrow on the red eye to go to New York City,
Oh,
and we're going to spend some time out there. We're going to work with the realtor on Monday, look at some places, and
oh
just to
you're
get.
going to move to New York.
Well, we're going to get a place there.
Joan's like, hold on.
A
hold
little
on.
bit. I mean, like we're not officially going to move there. It's just going to be kind of a place that we have. So he'll still be in Kansas for some time, and I'll be in Maryland. We'll go back and forth to those 2 places, but that'll be with friends and family. But like when it's just going to be us, we might just be in New York for
That is great. 'cause
some
I
long
saw the
weekends and stuff.
keys.
Yes.
Yeah.
You had the keys, and I go, what are these keys for? To a new car?
Oh,
A new Rolls Royce?
even better. An apartment in New York.
And when he said apartment, I go, where did this come from?
Yeah, I know. Wasn't that a crazy surprise? I felt the same way because I know we'd had this conversation at Hometowns, and we had the conversation that we both had always wanted to live in New York City and never like kind of got to live that part of our dream.
Right.
And like to actually think that we get to do this at this age, like I could kind of let it go.
Yeah.
That we get to do this now, and so
Exactly.
yeah, it came from that. It came from this little conversation we had that he remembered.
Good memory, because
Good, yeah.
I had never remembered you guys talking about that, but like you said, you had a lot of off-camera time.
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
There was off camera, no, but there was a lot of things that didn't make the show.
Okay.
But yeah, so it was very selective. But
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and there's a legacy that you give a gift. Normally, the last 2 or 3 people do, and I was just sitting there going, "What could this be?" Because I wanted something special.
Right.
And then we had talked about it, and frankly, I want to do it too.
Right.
And I've always wanted to spend some time there. And
Yeah.
I've spent business time there, taking my kids.
Oh,
but this is going to be fantastic. We are so excited.
Beautiful.
So you will still have your house in Maryland, you in Kansas, and then this is just your love pad. Honestly,
That's
I
what
kind of hate that I just
Yeah.
said that.
I love that. I love that.
Fantasy suites, but
Which what was it? It was the cabanas, the
conversational cabana.
This is going to be like
So now
fantasy.
it's the fantasy.
This is going to be like Fantasy Suites, but I can guarantee you there's going to be a bed.
I was just going to ask that. I was going to go,
Yeah,
is there
version
gonna be a
2.
bed
There
this
will
time?
be a bed.
2.0, there's going to be a bed.
That is
Oh.
so
That is
funny.
definitely
that
going to be the soundbite from this.
That is definitely that is the headline. Thank you,
Lovely.
Joan.
Okay.
That is so funny though, because you talked a lot about you just did not want to move, and that was even what Gary and Teresa have said. Like moving was a big reason why.
that's a big at
they're
our age.
split.
We don't want to give up
We're not doing that.
our friends, our family.
No, we've worked hard to establish lives.
Exactly.
And I knew it from day one, so it wasn't a surprise. It was just sprung at the last second.
Right.
And so we're going to work it
It's a
out.
great idea.
Yeah, we're gonna work all this
I like
out.
it.
We think it's fun, actually. I mean, if you think about having like the ability. So like at this age, we don't have kids in in high school or like to worry about them being at school on Monday morning. And you kind of have resources when you're this age. We can hop on a flight and there is a direct flight to Wichita, Kansas, right from DC. So it's super easy. And taking the train from Maryland to New York is like a 3-hour train ride. So we have the time, we have the resources. We can make this really fun. It doesn't need to be a negative that we live in different cities.
Fun. I think you're doing the right thing, just having fun. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, we get it.
You got a ring on your finger. Can we
Beautiful.
see it?
Oh my, absolutely
It's
gorgeous.
so
You
good.
have excellent taste. Excellent taste. You picked it out on your own, or
Well, with help with Neil Lane.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, he provides the ring. He's the
Right.
jeweler for it, and just incredible pieces. And we could not be happier. It's
No, I
just
mean,
it's
it's
gorgeous.
Gorgeous. But here's the question. I mean, when are the wedding bells going to be ringing? Have we
That's what
talked about it?
everyone is
That is the
asking.
question of the day.
When-
Yeah. We kind of just want to spend some time not doing something huge like we've been doing. We've been doing this whole bachelor thing for a lot of months, and we are finally able just to be us and doing like normal people things like going out to dinner and being in the same car together, which
and
we
really get to
literally
know each other.
Yes.
really get to know each other outside of Bachelor Nation. And so
Because
we want to
that's
do that a little bit.
fantasy.
It
It
is.
is. It's the house, the whole thing.
Yeah.
So now you're
And
really
they plan
get to
everything
know.
for you, which is
Oh, yeah.
kind of nice, but like to be
Right.
able to be in charge of our own lives now is like really
Exactly.
fun and like something I'm looking forward to. So I don't want to dive in and have to be doing more epic planning. I just want to be us and not have something big on my mind.
Right.
So there's going to be a bunch of months. I don't think it's going to be a long engagement. I certainly want to marry this perfect man, but I do just want to enjoy just us being a couple for a little while.
I'm dying to know when did you know? When did you know you were the one?
was the one.
Grandma
Chock.
cannot get your name
I'm
right.
sorry.
It's hilarious when you do that.
I'm
So
the one
by the
that
way,
called
neither
you
can my mom.
Chock Soup.
It has,
I couldn't get
it
it.
has been butchered so bad on the internet.
Oh,
And,
Because of her,
and,
too.
and I will
No,
tell you,
my
a couple,
mom too. My mom cannot remember his name to save her life.
I
It's
know.
hilarious.
well,
I've
and
been
it's-
outside asking her, what is his name?
So
Grandma, we have
it's,
so many more
it's,
questions.
it's spelled CHOCK, but on the internet that H just disappears, and it's not a good result.
No, no. And I made a mess out of it, so I apologize.
Maybe that's now going to be the headline.
That's maybe the
Chock
headline
with
now.
LPH.
So when did you know, Joan? When did you know you were in love?
I kind of figured out early on that he was probably going to be the one. Actually, at the Disneyland date,
Really?
I knew like really early. So I'll tell you, like I analyzed each like individual date that I brought people on, and I brought him really, really early on because I felt like we had a connection from night one, and I needed to see if he was fun. So we had kind of, he was fun when he brought up the chocolate noodle soup, and then we had like this really serious conversation after that. And I was like, I want to have somebody that like there's some adventure with. And so I needed to make sure he was fun. So I'm like, Disneyland, like the happiest place on earth if he's not fun there.
Right.
And we hit it off the second that we like connected there. And in fact, to the point where people at Disneyland were like, pretend you're having fun here in Disneyland, which we were, but we were so involved with getting to know each other that was all like just the outside stuff. We were like, we're in this amazing place and with all the action and the lights and the colors, and it was just beautiful. But we were really about getting to know each other and just having fun together.
We were obsessed with that Disneyland.
Oh,
date.
yeah,
We
yeah.
were obsessed with it.
Because
now,
we love Disneyland.
We also love
Yeah,
Disney.
yeah, what's there not to love?
Definitely.
Chock, though, when did you know Joan was the one? Because, they did that super tease or that super montage
yes.
last night of
Yes.
me saying, I'm crazy for
Yes.
you. I'm crazy for you.
37 times. And I'm like,
So
stop
many
it, stop
times.
it.
I didn't realize you said it that many times until they read.
I don't think, I didn't
Yeah.
hear them all
Yeah,
at
it
once.
was-
Yeah, I
That
go.
was a little embarrassing. I gotta tell
But
you
I
that.
thought it was great.
It was
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
cute. It was cute.
I was attracted to Joan before I even went on the show. And I told the producers and the casting that there were some other people because the media had 5 or 6 people that were going to do it. And I said, I'll do it if it's Joan. I wouldn't have been there if it wasn't Joan.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
And so getting out of the limo the first time with the soup was incredible, that date. There was a very strong connection at Disneyland.
Right. How
Very
romantic.
strong. Yes.
Have you
Very.
made her the soup again?
No, they actually brought some ingredients. We were going to do it. We've been so busy this week. We're doing a cook-off.
Oh.
There's a challenge. We're very competitive.
Trust me,
Oh.
I'm not a.
But this This might be.
I'm not a big social
Greg
media
Soup
guy, but I'm going
Challenge.
to make this big. And
Okay.
my only caveat, though, because she's been making soup a lot longer than I have, I'm bringing 3 of my buddies as sous chefs.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I think that's
I don't think so.
every chef has a
bring-
sous chef. I mean, it's true.
I'm bringing Gianna.
Oh, there you go. Call it the food now.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
I think
That's
that's fair. I mean,
that's
it's
a good
And the other thing
Yeah.
that people have asked, and what we are very competitive. We are, and we're competitive
Yeah.
with each other. So it's this
that's
is going to be
fun,
epic.
though.
We're gonna have a soup off, and we're gonna need some guest judges. So I'm thinking you guys.
Obviously.
Oh, yes.
All we do is talk about your soup. Seriously. We talk
Oh, I
about
know.
it all
I
the
kept
time.
calling it chocolate soup.
Chocolate soup.
Chocolate soup.
Chocolate soup.
I think that would be a great invention, though.
And I said, was it chicken soup or
Chocolate soup.
So guess who I got a DM, but I call him text. You know, it's just I know it's
It's all
not
the
a
same thing
text.
to us
same-
old people.
Yeah.
Guess who contacted me today?
Who?
Campbell's Soup.
Oh, now we're gonna have a little partnership.
Yeah, well, no, it was just they
Just
go,
wanna
hey,
send
we
them some."
loved it, and they go, we're going to send you some free product, and it was just, yeah,
So you're going to have a lot of chicken soup.
We're gonna have a lot of soup.
it is.
Or
It's coming
tomato
up.
soup.
It's coming up on winter,
It is.
Oh,
it
and
is.
yeah.
we're going to get colds and the
definitely.
flu. It's the
doesn't
best
love
cure.
Campbell's soup?
Though DMs. Last time
Yeah.
we talked,
Oh no.
we had Martha. We were talking about Martha and
Has
how
she reached out?
Well, remember she sent a DM
Yes.
to Martha.
Yeah.
Did she reply?
She
never
I
replied.
know she's a busy lady. I
Oh,
didn't really
yeah.
expect her to, but I just wanted to let her know. I just wanted her to know that these were great guys and that she
Yes.
judged them completely wrong. I'm
No,
sorry.
I
You
thought
can't
it
tell
was-
from the other side of the screen.
I'm surprised she hasn't responded.
No,
She will.
So I reached out. I
keep
reached out to
asking.
the Bachelor guys because I took it personal. She goes, none of those guys are hot. So I reached out to the Bachelor guys and I said, are any of you interested in Martha Stewart? Because we'll put this together and I'll prove her wrong.
Right.
Not one guy came back. And then at the last second, Jack comes back and he goes, I've heard she's got this cool place in the Hamptons, and if I can go do cannonballs, I might give it a try.
Oh,
He was the only one. That's not a true story. I made
That
that
is.
up.
I mean, but honestly, no, it sounds like it would. be
Yes.
I
because-
could see him doing something like
That's
that.
exactly.
really.
He would be the one going, if I can go do cannonballs, I'll try anything.
Okay,
So,
Exactly.
yes.
That is so
Yeah.
funny. I do also want to ask though, Joan, because you recently were on Jimmy Kimmel,
Yeah.
and you said that you would leave the person that got your final rose in a heartbeat.
It's a hard.
I would
And
too.
your celeb
For
crush.
Rob Lowe? Sorry.
Sorry.
Don't ask for my
But
comment
Rob
on that. No, that
Lowe.
is-
No, like,
because
sorry.
I actually saw the snippet on the internet and I called Joan right away. And I was like, come on, come on. Like,
And
but
the
it is Rob Lowe and then Kevin Costner. There was two
Was
of
my
those
other
that kept
guy.
Oh,
popping up, so.
Yeah.
yes.
Sorry, Chock.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't have to, both well, no, not both happily married, but Rob Lowe's happily married.
Yes,
so
it's
it was a
fine.
safe question that I could answer in that way. so
No,
it's
I
all
thought
good.
that was cute.
Did
I
you
thought
see
it
though
was
he
really
replied though?
Yes.
And he was like, Golden Bachelor.
Golden Bachelor.
Yeah.
I think it's better than the Golden Globe or
Or-
something.
Yes,
He's better than a Golden
that was
Globe,
his
but you know
quote,
he's
so.
not
Well, I
eligible.
thought
He's
that was-
happily married. It
Yeah.
has been for a really long time.
Yeah.
So
And I thought it was so sweet that he responded.
it's
You
he's
know, that he
adorable.
took the time
Like,
to
see,
do
that shows you how cute he is, right?
Yes.
He even has a good personality.
But Chock,
He's not
don't
just
worry.
hot.
No worries.
I will tell you, both he and Kevin are very good-looking men.
Yeah.
So if it, it's better than. Well, I won't say it. I'm going to get in trouble with what I was
You're
going
a
to
very
say.
good
so, yeah.
looking man. You're very good looking. I think you're better looking in person.
Well, thank you.
Yes.
Didn't he?
And you're tall. You didn't photograph that tall.
Well,
He's
the
a hottie.
reality.
I'm sorry, Joan, but move over. I mean,
So,
Linda, what are you saying here?
Joan, we
Grandma.
walked in and she saw him on screen and was like, oh, I see it. I
You
get it.
want to
So-
switch chairs?
So, Grandma, what the reality was, this is one of the tallest casting group they'd
Yeah,
had.
so tall.
You had
Yes.
Keith that was like 6'6", Jonathan 6'4". I mean, there were
Mark's
big guys.
tall.
Mark 6'5".
I did
Yeah.
not realize. I mean, they look tall, but I would never
Yeah.
figure that tall.
Yeah, RJ was
Yeah.
tall. I mean, yeah, we had some
Yeah, RJ
really
was-
tall.
Yes.
RJ was 6'6".
Dr. Bob, tall guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, usually I'm one of the taller, not usually the tallest, but you look
Yeah.
at the pictures. I mean, this was tall. Group
Honestly,
of
they
guys.
asked me like what kind of guys I like. You know, they are trying to make a
Right,
successful
yeah.
show where you're gonna fall in love with somebody. So they ask you about like kind of physical characteristics, and I did say tall. So they like really listened to me.
Oh,
Delivered.
yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
you
Wow.
had a great.
Oh, the
great
men
group of
were
men.
so sweet.
And
You guys
also-
all got along so well.
Oh,
And we
yeah.
really did.
I
You
was
know,
very
and
impressed.
The show can't they can't put everything in there.
No.
But it was, as Jordan said, he goes, it was free group therapy.
Yes.
So
it
we
was
sat
good.
around, and there might be some on TV, but the hours that we spent just talking to each other and getting to know each other.
Right.
And I am a fan because there's been a little bit of criticism of putting guys our age into bunk rooms.
Well,
And-
I give you a lot of credit because I couldn't have done it.
Well, I will tell you, it's a great way to get to know these people.
Yeah.
And you really get to know them. And it's almost a little cliquish because you're spending that time with them and you get to know them.
Right.
And we had little names for our rooms, a little competition there. But I really appreciated it.
It reminded me of firemen. Firemen are like
Yeah,
that.
you're
I have
right,
several
yeah.
friends that are, of course, now they're retired,
Yeah.
but that's how they lived, and they form a fraternity. They get
Yeah.
very close.
Yes.
Yeah.
The only negative was every room had a snorer.
Yeah.
That is
I
true.
heard
Yeah.
that. Yes.
Yes.
So it was a little better during our season because we had the exact same thing. I was in a room with 3 other women, so there were 4 of us.
Right.
The top bunk was a little challenging. So of all the things that I like, if you could say there was a negative to being in the rooms together, and I actually agree, like with Chock, that
Yeah.
it was really good to be with other people. I became very close to the 3 that were in my room. That getting up in the top bunk could be treacherous because
Oh, definitely.
getting down in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom is not
Would
fun.
not be
No,
fun.
at our age, I couldn't get up there. I
Yeah.
mean, there's no way. I couldn't get down.
Yeah, I was the youngest in our room, so they're like, "Yeah, you're up there." So-
Oh, I wouldn't like
That's
that.
actually what we did in our room. We went oldest got to pick first.
Oh, okay.
nice.
That was good.
Because you're sitting there going, how do you do this? I go, let's just go oldest.
Right.
Okay,
But I thought it
Coming
was
from the
great.
youngest man in the house, which was really nice of
But
you
I
to
was
do
on the
because
top.
you knew that
Charles
you were
L. and I were on the top
Yeah,
bunks.
I was on top.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh, and we love our Charles.
Oh, yes. Charles.
Oh,
is
so
such a
my
sweetheart.
PSA for the day, if I
Okay.
may, and I
Yes.
did this last night in front of this big group of friends that we had, is PSA we just got done with a political cycle. And we're all kind of tired of it. But I'm officially endorsing Charles Ling for president in 2028.
Oh, I love
And
it.
the crowd just loved it. And technically he can't because he's not a natural-born citizen. He came over from China. But I mean, the crowd just loved it.
Oh,
And
I
it's-
love it.
What a fan base that guy
such
has.
a
What about
sweetheart.
for Golden
Golden
Bachelor?
Bachelor, what do you
Certainly
think?
He can do
Well,
that.
we've been asked that question numerous times, and we each have our own opinions. There's 7 to 8 guys because of their characteristics, their personalities that I think could be fantastic.
Right.
But what we're seeing now is they're coupling up. So that
Already?
pool is
They've
reducing.
And not just because I'm fixing them up, because I'm a little bit.
Right.
I've done some of that,
Wait,
but
have
Are you been a
done that?
matchmaker?
oh,
Oh,
yes,
she
I
is the queen.
have.
I love
She-
it.
The party last night, she was like, if you're single, I got one over here.
And I had already done
she's
it. I had
looking.
already like kind of texted, girls and guys, and like I was thinking about the 2 of you together, and they've been talking, so I actually have some conversations going on. But these guys are just freshly off the show, and
Right.
and everybody saw what like amazing men they were, and
They're very
they're coupling up already. So like 5 of them have girlfriends.
Wow.
So that's picking a Golden Bachelor. I think it could make it hard.
Yeah.
Could make it
Okay.
Mhm.
Well, then we might have a new Golden Bachelor.
Maybe
We-
someone
we
random.
could. It
Somebody-
could be-
somebody random.
Yeah, but I mean, there are so many guys from the house, and even there were some obvious picks that Bachelor Nation fell in love with, and then there are some guys who kind of were like guys in the background who people really didn't get to know very well,
Right.
and they could be excellent Golden Bachelors because people don't understand like how smart Greg is and how funny he is. He has this quick wit, and he's just hilarious, and
Yeah.
what a kind man Dan is, and like a great father Keith is, and how like what fun he is, and I mean, there's just person after person that
Right.
I'm not sure Bachelor Nation really got to know very well, who would all be amazing bachelors.
There wasn't one that you just said absolutely
Right.
that would happen.
He's the
They
guy.
all stood out, but
Yeah.
there wasn't one. Just because of their personalities. It
No,
was so
I
unique.
enjoyed
It was
this
such a
season. I
good
really
group.
enjoyed it. How everybody got along.
Yeah.
that
And
was
how
fun.
you just kept us in limbo so long, Joan.
I'm so
Oh,
good.
you-
and
you
I am
are
the
good at this.
worst secret keeper.
No,
so
you
that
did
I had to
so
do this for
good.
so many months was like torture.
Yeah. But I like what you did, where you weren't going to say I love you until
Yeah.
you really knew. Because, why throw that out there when you just wanted that one person and
Yeah.
you
Why?
did it.
Why? Because I wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
Oh, I could
I
tell.
spent 3
could
weeks
tell.
trying to get her to
That's
say
what threw
something to
me.
me.
You kept saying, I want to hear it. And then Joan wasn't saying it. And I go,
No.
I don't know. What's going on here?
I
What's
know,
going
I
on?
know.
So at Bora Bora, on this bungalow that's out on the water, just absolutely gorgeous, had her own pool.
Beautiful. I've been there.
Before she said it, the day before, we had a kiss. And I needed that
Okay.
because you're getting ready for an engagement, and you still. I'm a
Right.
pretty confident guy, but still in the back of your mind. But
Yeah.
the way she kissed me, I knew.
You knew.
I knew.
So
Okay.
So you don't always
okay.
have to say it, and because we love the touch.
Yeah.
That's our love language, and that was there. But that kiss just
you
meant the
knew.
world to me. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, because I knew you wanted that. Definitely, you wanted.
Oh, you think
that.
so?
I
That was
yeah.
evident. I was
He
trying. I
he
was
was
trying to
crazy
hide
about
that.
me.
I will say, because a lot of fans have said that you came on really strong, but
Mm-hmm.
now look at you, like it worked out.
Yeah.
You know, you want to think that someone's going after you. It's important. It
Well,
made me
yeah,
feel good.
definitely. You want the chase.
Yeah, you do.
You
I
want
caught
to
some
chase,
heat
yeah.
on the internet for having my hand here at the Disneyland.
Yeah.
I don't even remember doing it. It was so natural. I mean, when you sit down on a first date, you don't really sit that close to anybody.
Right.
And we were, and it was just natural.
Yeah.
I didn't even know it until somebody pointed it out.
Right.
And,
it was that comfort zone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were
and
immediately
that's
in.
hard to find.
Yeah.
But I had, there's 23 other guys, and you don't want to compete with your friends, but I was there for Joan.
Right.
I was. And I had to do what I had to do. And
get her.
To get
Get
her.
her, and you
Well, and
got
it
her.
wasn't to get her. It was more of to let her know that I cared.
Right.
Right.
And then here are my attributes, and here's my character.
Right.
And
And you did a good job.
You got.
well, I
a
think
real-
I did. Yeah.
You did.
You did
You
a
made-
great job.
You make a great looking couple.
You make
Thank
a
you.
Great
such
looking
a great
couple.
looking couple, and congratulations. We're
Yes.
so excited.
Oh, I
This was
really
so much
enjoyed
fun.
it, and I
Thank you.
enjoyed
Us
meeting
too. Thank you.
both of you together.
Yes.
And
you. I hope
wish
we get
a
to
lot
do
of
it again.
happiness. A lot of
Yes.
happiness.
And we'll
So-
see you at the judging for the soup.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
So,
Obviously.
grandmother, I know Joan's thinking this, but are you single?
Yes.
She
Look,
is.
No. Okay. Grandma deserves.
I mean, she
someone.
is so hot.
She's so hot.
Oh,
She's
no,
She's
thank you.
So
Thank
you
you.
are.
Really,
and
thank
fun.
And she just needs
Yeah.
someone to travel with.
Yeah.
I
That's-
just want to. Yeah, I'd love to have that
100%.
comfort zone again.
I know.
I haven't
Doesn't
had
that
it
feel
so
good,
long.
like to have your person?
Yes,
Yeah,
my
matchmaking
person.
Joan.
I know.
I haven't had a person in a long time.
I totally feel like this feels so good.
Yeah.
Like it feels
Well,
like something I
will
didn't have
you
for a
look for me, Joan, and talk?
Oh, she will.
I'm the
She will.
matchmaker. You
Look.
know, I'm the matchmaker. A lot of good
But
looking guys
he's got
here.
to be older. I mean, I like him young, but not. I can't go too young. I've
Well,
gone young, but
What's your cutoff for age?
oh, 70,
Okay.
70, 71.
Oh,
Yeah, because I'm going to be
Okay.
79. So
Yeah.
I've always
Really good.
kind of been a cougar,
uh-huh.
but I got to grow up.
How do you feel about Gary?
No, she hates.
I don't think so, but thank you very much.
I was kidding.
I'll pass on Gary.